Okay, this is a video about the smell of the apple blossoms. So I'm starting from the apple variety discovery. Strong smell of rose. And now the next one. This is the apple variety discovery. The color of the blossoms are, when they're open, they're whitish. And we can compare it to the other varieties. I will do it in just a minute. This is the second apple variety discovery. This didn't give any fruit last year. The other one which gave fruit last year is somewhere else in the other part of the allotment orchard. But you see, first of all, I want to just make observation. The tree is a tip bearer almost. So the tips of the branches have fruit buds and blossoms. Nothing along the branch itself. And as you see, all the branches are tip bearers. Compare this with another variety, which is Bountiful. It's a cooking apple, unlike the Discovery, which is an eating apple and is very early apple. The Bountiful, the flower shape, first of all, is more pinkish, and is not white like that one. That's almost pure white. And is not tip bearer. Also, look at it. All along the branch, you have fruit buds. And that's the difference between a cooking apple and a eating apple. In this case, Bountiful and Discovery. Is it a valid observation for all the cooking and dessert apples? I don't know, but we will see over the years. The apple, which is called Discovery, look, it has fruitlets now. I know many of them will fall in June drop, but let's enjoy it when it is there yet. Very beautiful. Yes, it is. What is the best apple to grow for a garden? Okay, there are lots of videos about apples, and probably nothing much about the apple variety Discovery. To me, which I have already several, about 10 or 11 varieties of apple, I can say this is the earliest apple that I have in my orchard. And there are merits for this besides being early. And that is that it is resistant to scab. It comes quite early. It's tasty. It's refreshing. I have a tasting video about it from last year. I will make another tasting video this year. And as you see, it gives a good crop. This tree is on M27 rootstock, which means it's a dwarfing rootstock. It will never grow more than near 2 meters, 1.8 or 2 meters. And yet it has given a decent crop for this year. And last year it didn't give any fruit. This year it's giving fruit. 2 trees of this variety, and they are giving me some good crops. I was curious about this apple variety since I saw that Stephen Hayes in his YouTube channel was saying that he don't like, when he was talking about the apple variety, beauty of the bath and why people liked it, and the reason was that because it was the only early apple that was available when the schools were closed. So it was an acidic, kind of not very pleasant apple, and he was surprised why people like it. When he grew it and was presenting it to them, they liked it at the first, but then when they tasted it, they said, no, it's not nice, it's not the way that it was. They remember as a kid. So he says the reason was that because by those days that was the only apple available at that time of the year, July, early August. So people for a long time didn't have apple during the year. That was the first apple they could taste, and this was before the time of the international trade of apples, so you could have all year around apple. So people really felt that this is something lovely after a long period of not having any apple. Now, of course, we have those kind of apples that are imported. But if you want to grow your own apple, I'm really convinced that the Discovery is one of the best apples you can grow in your garden. Look at the shape of the apple, beautiful. No scab, when other apples may end up with the scabs or with damages. And Stephen Hayes said that he don't like his Discovery, and I speculated that he may have actually eaten the Discovery, which was shop bought. The apple Discovery was variety Discovery. So the shop bought ones, I tasted them beside the other ones that I have, and I can say that the shop bought one is not good. It's tasteless almost. It's very soft. The one that I grew myself, and I had it in fridge for about 1 or 2 weeks, 10 days almost. After that amount of time, it was yet fresh, crunchy, tasteful, aromatic, sweet, pleasant, slightly acid, but mostly sweet. And yeah, I was impressed by that. And I can recommend, if you have a garden and you want to grow only one variety of apple, go for the Discovery. If you have space for more than one apple, so definitely go at least for one of them to be an early apple like this, and so you can go for other apples also, mid-season apples and late apple. At the moment, I recommend you go for early apple for the apple variety Discovery. Best apple to grow. Apple variety Discovery. This is an early apple. As you see, this is today's 31st of the July 2015. It's Friday, and you see the apple Discovery is ready. This is one of the 2 trees that I bought from the Blackmore nursery, and this one didn't give any fruit last year, but this year, as you see, it's in fruits. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 apples this year, and a few little apples down there that have fallen. But you see, this is a good apple. It's 31st of July, and this is the earliest apple you can get probably. And look at the color. It's beautiful. When the other apples may suffer from scab and other things, this apple has not any sign of any disease, or perfect for selling if you want to sell it. I mean, it's not imported apple. It's a British homegrown apple. We grow it here also. And I told 9. Look at that. I missed a few here. Okay, these are smaller ones, but okay. That's how it is. Compare it to these ones. They're quite small. Almost half the size, but yet they are apples. So 9, probably 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, at least 15 apple on this. Of course, the good ones are 9. And this is ready now. Probably in one or 2 weeks, this will be completely ready. We can harvest it. And I'm going to do it. I'll make a video, God willing, from this to show how it is. And I have already made a harvesting video and a tasting video of this, but this is the second year, 2015. We planted in 2014. And this tree was from Blackmore Nursery, as I told. It's on the M27 rootstock, so it will not grow any bigger than what it is now. Probably a little bit higher, but that's it. And that's because of the height limit we have in the allotment. That is in the allotment. And look at the beautiful size of apple. This has been laying down because of the heavy load on apple. So I suppose when I harvest this apple, or this will be the first apple of this season, that the tree will be relieved and can grow, push its energy and go for next year. And as you see, there is fruit pod systems here that the tree is growing on them. For example, here, there's another fruit pod system here. So, and as I see here, it's a tip bearer and a spore bearer. Tip is that one, that is a tip bearing, and these are the spores here along the edges of the main trunk. But the tip bearer means that the tip like that one, there, like that one on the tip. Good apple. It's not even August yet, and the apple is almost ready. It's red. If you want to have it, this is the time you can have it. You can start to harvest this. I'll make a video about that.
There we go.
Apple variety discovery.
Yes, lovely.
Show me the other end. They say this apple variety discovery, which is an early apple, tastes just slightly like a strawberry. Susan, it's now today, Sunday, 9th of the August, 2000.
Wait a minute.
Oh, what happened?
I've just seen a couple of apples that have fallen.
Oh, I see another one here.
This one looks like...
Oh, the wasps are eating that one.
Looks like the wasps have had a good old feeding.
And
Woodlice.
Woodlice also.
Woodlice and wasps. Well, we'll give that to the chicken.
Yeah.
The chickens will eat that. Nothing goes to waste.
Okay, harvest the rest. We were going to harvest actually.
Okay, now we're going to harvest.
This is the apple variety discovery that we did last year. But this tree didn't give anything last year. So it's the first year it's giving some fruits. And you see they're beautiful, huh? One day. And God willing, we will have a tasting video of that. Okay, the tree is now a little bit relieved. There are more here, also on that side, but those ones are a little bit smallish.
They come on the end of the bough, that's why. So.
Oh, there's so many of them, so that's the reason they didn't.
Yeah, I'm going to. I don't think that these will actually.
Okay, pick the ones
bigger.
which are ready. I think that's the one. It also has a little hole in it.
Oh no, they've been eaten.
Okay,
That's
keep
why
it
they
for
didn't
chicken.
grow. We'll
Give it to me.
give that to the chickens, and they've got some protein. With yes, there's a reason why they didn't grow. Because they've been too near the ground. So next year, what we'll do, we'll probably try and support that branch.
Oh, there is two more there on that side.
Where?
Here.
Now let's see what's happened to these. But the woodlice hasn't got them. But it's all a learning
Oh, this
curve.
has been attacked by
It's
woodlice.
we need to support these branches.
Yeah, they're too ground.
So
too
is
close
that
to
one?
the
That one
ground.
hasn't, is it? No.
I will harvest this before the
Go on
attack.
before they get it. That one's not that much fine. So the hens have got a hearty meal. I think the woodlice are escaping, but they can have the apple. There we go.
Okay, not bad for the first year.
The first year it's just a baby tree, and there we go. Next year we'll put it on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and some of them also damaged, so 12.
So next year would be,
Yeah.
you know, would be
God
more.
willing, more, yeah. And yet some of them are left there. We just leave them until next time.
Yeah.
Apple variety discovery. Ooh, they fell. They're ripe. That's the time to harvest. Oh, very good size. This is one of the trees. There's another fruit there. It fell. It had a few more that fell. But anyway, not bad
And the chickens.
for a
will
little
eat them.
tree. Let me just take a photo of that. Beautiful. Okay, this is the bird net that we have over our orchard. I have to raise it later. But what I'm talking about now is this discovery apple, which is now ripe and ready to harvest. Just came easily to my hand. This is the second discovery apple that we have. And this one also looks ripe. So I harvest it. There is another one there. It doesn't look so ripe, so just leave it for later. The good thing about the apples is that you can have apples that come early in the season and some that come later. And one of the earliest and tastiest early apples is the Discovery. The name of the variety is Discovery, and the description of it. Okay, this is an apple which is shaped, of course this has a little bit deformation, but we don't consider that. The shape of the apple is relatively flattened. The edges are round, so you don't see much rough edges. If you have a view of it from above and don't consider this blemish part, it has this kind of five-sided pentagon shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that side is a little bit deformed because of during the early formation of the fruit it was attacked by something, then the fruit recovered that region, in that region. Well, anyway, this is the shape of the apple. It has some, mostly is pinkish red or a pink watermelon color. Then it has some russet shaped streaks of lighter pink, some dots like yellow brownish, or yellow brownish color, some green yellow and some green yellow at the bottom, also more yellow at the bottom, of course. And yeah, this is one of the best apples you can grow for early cropping in your garden. If you have to grow 1 or 2 apples, let one of them be a Discovery apple. It's tasty, sweet, slightly acidic, and then has a hint of a strawberry when you taste it. And the color you see here, the red color, actually goes deep into the flesh of the fruit. It's just not the skin deep, it's deeper into the cells of the apple itself, the flesh of the apple, I mean. And that makes it more attractive in the sense that when you bite it, you see those reddish pinkish edges and flesh in the apple. And it is a good apple, it tastes nice. The only thing is that you cannot keep it for a long time. For 1 month, no, you cannot keep it. You have to eat it either fresh, which is you will enjoy the best taste of it with lots of sugar in it. When you remove it from the tree, just all the sugars, all the things are gradually being stored in here, and there is a connection between the roots and the fruit, so transferring the sap. And when you leave it, it will just go soft after a while. After 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, it will go soft and then gradually burn rot. So it's the best time is to use it is fresh. Within 1 week of the harvesting, it's better to eat it. I like this apple. I grow it. I have 2 trees of this, and I'm really impressed by the quality of the fruit. Because it is early, that is soft apple, softer apple. So you can. It has a crunch yet, but it is softer. It's not pain for the tooth to dent through it. In that sense, that is a good apple for people who don't want to feel the pain when they're on the teeth. I mean, when they're trying to bite an apple. Most of the apples, unfortunately, that you buy in the supermarket, and they're very cheap ones, usually from France or somewhere like that, and they sell them very cheap, a large bag for a really ridiculous, under £1 or something, ridiculous amount. Those apples can have a problem with being too tough. That's the reason they sell them cheap. They have more density, but that means also they may be dryish. This has more water in it, and the fruit is not very dense, so you can enjoy it better. Of course, the leaf on the background is a leaf of a oak. It has nothing to do with this. Okay, this is the tasting of the apple variety Discovery. To the right you see the apple which we harvested from our allotment on a tree which was planted this year, 2014. It was a maiden tree. And to the right as you to the left, you see the apple variety Discovery again that we bought from Lidl supermarket, the only place I could find this apple. And as you see, I tried to choose the similar sizes of this apple. There are bigger ones than that, but just wanted to be showing the representative apple that compares to this apple that we harvested from our own. This to the right, the apple that we have from our allotment, is the smaller one in the previous video that we had for harvesting of the Discovery apple. You saw it already. This is the smaller one. Bigger one we ate. And as I told, the left one is from Shopbot. The supplier is a supplier in Kent. The variety we know is called Discovery. It's most popular early English apple variety with a sweet aroma and great taste, as described. And that is from Kent in England. This is the packaging of that apple that we bought. As you see, this is a British apple. We like British apples, and now we do a taste comparison. As you see, now I have cut a sample of both apples. This is the apple from our own allotment. This is the Shopbot one. Now I compare. I start from the one that we have bought from the shop. It's slightly redder. Ours is a pink. This one is red. Okay, I can say it's kind of bland. It's soft, quite soft. Then after a while it gives a little bit sweet taste. This apple is nice. It's better than most of the other apples that I bought, and they are imported apples. It's definitely better than all of them. Now comparing this with the apple that we have grown. It's much denser. Immediately you feel the taste. Acidic and sweet flavor comes. It's definitely much denser. It's crunchier. I like this apple actually. I feel that this one that we have grown ourselves is the better apple. I don't know why this one we bought from the shop. It's from the UK. It's from Kent. It's very soft. The taste is nothing comparable to this one. This one is really good apple. I cannot help it. I have to go for a really crunchy. Really fresh. This apple was probably more than 1 week in the fridge, and yet it's fresh. And this one we bought from supermarket. Okay, I'll give it another chance. I'll get a bite of it. It's soft. Nothing comparable to that, almost bland. I don't know. Stephen Hayes, who has an orchard in Hampshire, Dr. Stephen Hayes, says that he don't like apple variety Discovery. In a video that he is talking about the beauty of the Bath apple, he says he don't like Discovery. I think, first of all, he has not planted himself in his orchard any apple variety Discovery. I think he has compared the taste with anything else from the shop bought ones, which is this one. It's very soft, almost bland. But the one that I've grown is really amazingly delicious. And it's dense. It's dense, crunchy, really apple-y. Has an aroma. The bigger one that we carved, and we harvested, and we ate it already, it had about 1 centimeter deeper into the flesh. It was pink. It tasted like slightly like a strawberry. And this one, which is the smaller one of them, not like that, but tastes the same. Tastes very good. Not as much as a strawberry flavor in this one, but definitely a very good apple, I think. I recommend this apple. If you want to plant an apple tree, consider this. By the way, I bought this apple from the Blackmore nursery, the tree, and on the first year, he gave 4 fruits. One of them brought on the tree. The other one, I don't remember what happened, probably fell or kids ate. And these 2 we harvested, made a video of harvesting it, and the taste is superb. I like it. Of course, I have other varieties of apple. I have about 7 varieties of apples. I will taste them later. Some of them have given fruit this year, like the Falstaff and the Sunset, and the Bountiful, which is a cooking apple, dual-purpose cooking and culinary apple. This one, culinary and dessert apple, but this one is really good. It's an eating apple. It has kept more than 1 week in our fridge. As yet look and taste fresh. The same variety of apple, UK grown apple. We bought it from Lidl, from this supplier. W1217. This is a batch number, I think. It's in Kent. Very soft. Bland compared to that one. Taste bland. It's better than the imported apples, which are very leathery actually. But this one, no, it's apple. It's very soft. Taste nothing comparable to this. I recommend this one. Apple Variety Discovery from Blackmore Nursery. I noticed that also the trees I bought from 2 nurseries. The trees from the Blackmore Nursery, on the first year, 70% of them, 70% of all the trees, of 30 odd trees that I planted, 70% of them have given fruit, and they were from Blackmore. The rest of them, 50% of those ones which I bought from Keeper's Nursery and others, have given fruit. So the health, both of them are good nurseries, I think. They provided very healthy trees, and this particular one is from the Blackmore. I have all other apples. I will taste them later, and we can compare them. Thanks. The shop bought Discovery apple doesn't keep well, as can be seen here. It's getting soft here. It's generally soft. I'm pressing it, it goes down. And yeah, then a really good keeping apple. As I told in my tasting apple video, compared with the Discovery apple that we grow in our own allotment, the taste is bland, it's soft, The homegrown one are really good, really tasty. They keep longer than all of this. But generally they have a beautiful look. They're apples. They're more edible than most of the apples you buy in the shops. And yeah, this one has kept better. It's not as. So that's it. This is a video about the apple variety Discovery. This is one of the best apples I've ever seen. This apple is from our own tree. It's not the biggest one. It's probably one of the medium or smallest ones. And this is a Gala apple that we buy from the Morrisons. In most supermarkets you can buy it. This is one of the cheapest apples, but it's tastiest than most of the other apples you find in supermarkets. This, I think this is a Katie or Cutty apple, or a Spartan. It's not a Spartan, it can be Cutty or Katie. I will look again in the book to see what it is. But anyway, this is from the neighbor's allotment. It's the early apple. It was ready about 1 week ago. He gave it to me, my neighbor Steve, just for tasting. And you can see the size of them. The beauty of them, I think beauty-wise, Discovery and Katie are more beautiful than the Gala. Of course, Gala is a different apple. But the taste-wise, I think Discovery is very good. I have tasted this. I usually taste this. This is a normal apple. This is the only apple probably I buy from the supermarket. Other apples, I've tried them. They're tough or they're not pleasant. Or they're too expensive. This is the cheapest apple I would go for it. And I noticed that when you buy, the cheapest usually is the best, if it is not tough. So I'm going now to taste this one, which is from my neighbor's allotment. Very soft, the first thing you notice. It has some aroma. It's quite soft, like puree, as you. It's pleasant, sweet. No acid. Okay, I've tasted the apple variety. I think it's Cutty or something, Katie. Anyway, it's a very early apple. Okay, the second apple, of course, you see that there's this, I think it must be Katie. It's a Swedish apple, probably. It's sweet. Katie, they say that it has a little bit acidic taste. But anyway, this is it. This is an early apple. Katie is a mid-season early apple. Well, anyway, that's a mystery. The taste of the Katie compared to the Discovery. It's nice to compare if I can go for it. Of course, this has been here for more than 2 weeks now. It is not as soft as the Katie. Color is the same. Slightly acidic, but mostly sweet. It's quite large compared to that. I have no taste of the Katie. Katie is a bit sweeter. So this one is better. I feel it at this moment of time. I feel probably I like sweetness more. If I go for this now, there's a Gala. Very crunchy, tough. Even the way it's unpleasant when you try to bite it. Not much sweet, it's almost tasteless, or a little sweet, not much. I think if I want to compare it, this one will be first, this one second, this is third. Although it looks fresher and crunchier, but kind of tough. The skin is tough and it's annoying in a way. I like these two much better than that. I like this one better. I have to find the name of this. Surprising result. My neighbor's apple, I think, is better. I'm gonna try to find this, what's the name of this variety. I was eating this Discovery apple from our orchard in allotment. I noticed, look how deep it is red. That's a good apple. Discovery apple usually tastes like a strawberry, and the redness is deeper than the skin, so it goes in, and it has healed. This part was attacked by a bird, and it has healed it. Now I just had a bite on it, but yeah, amazing. What a red color. I must say this one was exceptional among them. The rest of them had the deep red up to this here. I mean, the color of the red was up to here, down to here. But this has gone to the core. I will have another bite. So that is very local here. And this is a video about the tasting of the Shop-Bout apple variety Discovery. I found this apple, a package of them, lovely apples, in the Aldi. These are British apples. This one is from the Suffolk, UK. Definitely the Discovery. They look like flat and with the red flush, red colors all over. I have another one of these opened. And so I made the first bite on it, and I immediately noticed that the lower part of it, which is under the skin, immediately under the skin, is pinkish. That is the characteristic of the apple Discovery. And the shape of it, everything, looks like the one that we had from the tree. This one is quite fresh. So when you actually bite on it, it actually makes a crunch. Sweet, acidic, very apple-y in texture. I think if you want to taste this apple, just today go to the Aldi. They may have it left yet. And Aldi is the only place I see that they bring this kind of British apples. It's very tasty. As you see, a hint of the taste of the strawberry. If you close your eyes and imagine, you can feel it. But also that small redness under the skin. You can see it. It's very evident. Very good apple. Quite large and pleasantly sweet with a little bit acidic taste. If you want an apple from Britain, fresh, this week in Aldi, I think you can find it. Definitely you can see the redness. And it helps you to choose this apple variety for your garden if you are going to buy it for your garden, the tree, and plant it in your allotment. That's the one to go. If it was me, probably I would go for Keeper's Nursery. I bought several trees from the Blackmore Nursery. They're alright, but several other plums that I have from them and apricot, they have died back. But all the trees I got from the keeper's nursery, they have survived. They may not fruit in the exactly first year, all of them. 50% of them will fruited. But on the next years, you'll end up with a very healthier tree. That's my experience of the keeper's nursery. And they are also in the Kent. I'm wondering that probably these apples are also from there. It's interesting. What the nurseries do with all this produce that they have. Plant tree nurseries. I suppose they sell them. So that's where they end up. In a few outlets like Aldi. Interesting observation. Apple variety discovery. Beautiful apple. Early apple. And I can say this one is actually better than what I've grown in my tree this year, because I picked them a little bit too late for my allotment. And they were a little bit softer. This one is actually pleasant, like the one that I had last year. Very good. All the day it was raining. Just when the moment we decided to go for the apple day, guess what? The sun started shining. It's so true. Sun shines on the righteous. This is the apple pressing place.
It's not too bad on the There we go.
What is in the name? Nobody cares.
Pardon?
Nobody cares what's the name of them, I suppose. The name is not known.
No. Well, some of them we know, but there was some russets earlier. So I'm not sure what these are. Good girl. Shall we go see something else?
That's all right. Apple juice. And that's the press itself. And the proper filter. And of course nothing is wasted. I suppose this goes to either to the pigs, or you can make a good mulch for the apple trees. What you use the pressed apples for? After the
They
thing?
just go on the compost heap.
Oh, that's
If you want them for your compost heap, you're very welcome.
really?
Seriously, if you can find somewhere to take them away,
Yeah, I mean it needs a bag.
yeah, that's a killer.
The animals, I mean chickens will love that.
Yeah.
I prefer to carry my bottles in my hand and put some of this.
Pop home, get a bucket. Go buy a bucket and pause.
Where is the bucket? Do we have a bucket seller here?
We have buckets, but they're in use and we need them to take away.
Chickens will love that because it's already juiced.
I mean,
It's a good idea. I'm going to take some of this for chickens. These are the pressed apple juices from the Chollywood Community Orchard. I have a few videos about the varieties of apples that they have. Is it the Discovery apple, the eater?
Yeah, it's an eater.
Oh.
It's a very early apple.
Yeah.
No problem.
Keys Orange Red
Yep.
and Chollywood Blend. That means a mixture of everything that you cannot eat on its own.
That's right.
And okay, these are the apples. I'm going to buy one now. Okay, apple variety Discovery, which is an early apple, is a quite trouble-free apple, and I really love it. And now I was really delighted in Chollywood Community Orchard. I saw they're selling the pressed apple juice of the Discovery apple. And I tasted it, I really like it. Let me just show you how it looks. Okay, this is the apple juice of the Discovery apple. And now I'm going to taste it. Describe it for you. Quite tastes like an apple. Proper apple juice. Very refreshing. Let's see. And really pleasant. The apple juice that I buy from the supermarket usually is not really that rich. This is rich. Very refreshing and sweet. Imagine that if you add a little bit ice into this, or yeah, some bubbly things, how it will be. I think this will be the best drink probably.